swear or affirm that the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Moody. Good morning. Can you say your full name for the record?
Jennifer Moody,
And Ms. Moody, where are you employed?
the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office.
What do you do at the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office?
The capacity of my current assignment is a fingerprint technician, according to the policy and procedure. It's considered a fingerprint technician.
Okay, and in your role at the Sheriff's Office as a fingerprint technician, what do you do?
Each morning I collect all of the police reports, accompanied by the disposition forms and the fingerprint cards from all the arresting agencies. First, they're sorted by date, and then they're sorted by agency after having checked to make sure the names match, the names on the fingerprint cards match the name on the reports. The charges are according to what the report says, and the ORI, that's original reporting incident, or the origin reporting incident, matches the agency for which the paperwork is going to go to.
Okay, and for what purposes do you have to go through all of those steps?
It's basically a quality assurance to make sure that all of the charges that we submit on behalf of other agencies are correct and accurate.
Okay, thank you. And who operates the Hamilton County Jail? What entity?
Oh, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, and when a person is charged with a crime, are they required to be fingerprinted?
That's correct.
Does that occur at the jail?
It does.
Can you describe that process to the jury?
That's correct. We use what's called a TENS machine. It's a digital machine provided by DataWorks, and they are an integrated software provider for criminal justice agencies. And so each fingerprint, if each finger is scanned digitally with a print of what they call a slap, that's the hand being placed flat, the full hand being placed flat, accompanied by a palm, just the lower palm, and then the upper palm.
And how are those records kept at the sheriff's office?
They're kept digitally.
Okay.
They're
And,
collected digitally and stay collected digitally.
okay, and do you have any other job responsibilities when it comes to the fingerprints that are collected from individuals being booked at the jail?
No.
Okay. I'm going to approach with a document. Do you recognize those two pieces of paper?
These appear to be a front and back copy of a fingerprint card.
Fingerprint card from the Hamilton County
That's
Jail.
correct, yes.
And I'm going to, is this a record that is kept in the normal course of the sheriff's office business when
That's
it comes to
correct.
operating the jail?
Yes,
And do you have access to these records?
I do.
Okay, Your Honor, I'd ask that this be State's Exhibit 212.
12.
All right, I'm going to show these records to the jury behind you. If you could, you can use either, but I'm going to be pointing to the screen behind you. Is this first page the page that you're looking at, which was that first print sample that you described?
That's correct. The bottom right and left-hand corners are what I described as the slap that is taken, and then the top ones are each individual finger.
Okay, and specifically, who are the prints taken by?
The booking officers.
Okay, are the booking officers required to insert the inmate's information into these print cards?
That's correct. Initially, they're entered into what's called CJIS. That's a criminal justice information system, so that they're on file for our records. And then those records are then imported into the machine prior to the prints being taken.
And who inputs the information about the inmate?
The booking officer.
All of it?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and you can see on this print card, there's a name, Chin, Jason. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then do you see a social security number?
Just below the name, that's
Would
correct.
that be the social security number attached to Mr. Chin?
That's correct.
And then you look down, you see his date of birth, is that correct?
That's correct.
And then can you describe for the jury what's over to the right of that, the M, the A, the numbers?
That is what's called an FBI number.
No, I'm sorry. If you'll look up to the screen, this part.
Oh, the M is the sex, the A is the race, and then the 601 is going to be the subject's height. The 170 is going to be the subject's weight. And then the BRO is the eye color, and then the BLK is the hair color.
Okay, and you were about to describe the FBI number. What is that?
Oh, the FBI number appears in that, well, it's not on that card yet. That would be, the FBI number would be in this box right here. It had not yet been assigned because prints had just been submitted. But the state control number is what's in the box to the left of the date of birth.
And how does the state control number correlate with the defendant listed?
It's an identifying number assigned by the TBI, and then the number that's not yet been generated is the FBI. Each agency gives an identifying number to each record.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And then the second page of that exhibit 212, what do we see here?
The top two dates, the top one is a date the subject was fingerprinted.
Mm-hmm.
The block below it is the date the date the offense occurred. Sometimes those dates will be different depending on the circumstance.
And could it be different than a date of an offense of a crime if they are at some point charged with another crime and have to be fingerprinted again?
That could be one of the instances. Another instance is if we had a subject come in on serious felony charges that were extremely combative to the point that we had to allow a cooling down period of maybe a day before the subject could actually be printed.
Okay.
That's what would cause the discrepancy.
Okay. Are you aware in this case, and you may not be, are you aware in this case that Mr. Chin had been charged with 2 counts?
I am by the, no, I was not aware.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then let's go down on this sheet of paper. What does this represent? 2756HS.
That is the badge number following by HS for Hamilton Sheriff. The 4 digits are the identifying badge number for the officer that had obtained the prints.
Okay. And then underneath that is what?
The charge for which the prints were taken.
Okay. And then residence is just simply what the defendant lists as their location of
That's
residence.
correct.
Is that right? For these prints that were taken by 2756HS badge number, did you go through the quality assurance process?
That's correct.
And you do that for every set of prints?
Every set of prints.
In fact, that's your primary job, is that
That
correct?
is correct.
Okay, nothing further, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it Officer Moody or Miss Moody?
I'm a deputy. I'm in a sworn capacity, so it's deputy officer, whichever.
I apologize for that.
That's
I wasn't sure if I missed the introduction. How long have you been with the Sheriff's Office?
25 years.
Okay. And how long have you worked in the fingerprint division?
2 years.
And so you were working there in November of 2022?
That's correct.
Okay. When did you actually start in the fingerprint division?
February of 22.
Okay. And very, very limited questions for you here.
Sure.
Were there any cards that you were able to access for Mr. Chen prior to November of 2022?
Not to my knowledge.
And are you aware if he's been fingerprinted through the Sheriff's Office any more since November of 2022?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. Is that the only record that you had for the purposes of your testimony here today?
That's correct, yes.
Thank you.
jury have any questions for Ms. Moody? All right, thank you, Ms. Moody. You may step down. Sorry, next week.
Your Honor, say we call Lieutenant David Franklin.
Lieutenant Franklin. Lieutenant Franklin.